What's up, guys? Let's get this on over here. Let me make sure the stream is working. I tried to do the stream on Friday with Restream, and I was having a bunch of issues with. Make sure the stream is.
You're good on this side.
Alright. Working on X, so hopefully it is working on YouTube as well. I just tweeted about buying a crypto coin called Buttcoin. I just bought 163,000 Buttcoins. Someone said, you gotta diversify, man. Get some fart coin too. Zach Morris just tweeted me back. He said, get this too. He sent the coin URL. It's called Elon Trump Fart. It's got 1.33 million market cap. Let's try it. It's up like 3,000%. These things are so funny. Alright, if everybody on X could please like and retweet the stream, I would appreciate it. As I say, awesome. Someone from the YouTube channel said it is working over there. Sweet. So, I always say this is recorded and saved to the YouTube channel and on X. So, please retweet the stream. That way people can find it later if they cannot attend it live. Zach Morris just sent me a DM. Alright. Good evening, good evening. Thank you, Liv. 1.14k subscribers and counting. Liv says over on the YouTube channel. What platform did you buy on? Phantom Wallet. All these freaking crazy crypto names. Alright. I've already sent out some of these charts just because I wanted to save time because I'm not going to be on here all night. So, same three per usual. SPY, QQQ, IWM. Then everybody knows I'm watching these other four: NVIDIA, AMD, SMH, MU, and then there's one other one. So I'm going to cover just a few of those. What's up, Keith? About Tesla, so I alerted my entry and take actually on TSLL. So instead of buying Tesla, right here. That spot right there. See that? See that spot? I bought there. And then I am currently up very nicely ever since then. Up like 12% on my TSL shares. And you guys don't know, TSLL is the see right here, directional daily Tesla bull 2x shares. They also pay dividends, which is nice having all these shares. So am bullish on Tesla and TSL, so I did buy the dip on TSLL. Tesla looking nice, big freaking candle upside. So looking for a breaking base back above 415 and then continue higher. So price target on Tesla, I mean everyone's looking for 500. So I am long shares. All right, so let's jump in this. So SPY broke underneath the trend line. A retest of it would be 598.15 area if it can get above that. You got big support right here. Previous month low, previous day low there on SPY. So let me do this one in red. So I would watch those two spots first on SPY. The yellow lines, 598 and 580 area. SPY's at 591, so I'll watch those two areas, and then underneath that low of 580.5, you have the gap fill on SPY, which would take it to 576.75, about right here. So take this off. Yeah, a little level right there. Got a big spot down here. So for me, for downside, I mean, it kind of looks like a head and shoulders, not going to lie. I'm sure you guys can probably see that here on SPY. You got your left shoulder here, you got the head, right shoulder. So it kind of looks like you got a head and shoulders here on SPY daily. So keep that in mind. And as of right now, it is lower highs until proven otherwise. So watch just lower highs being put in. Equal low, which is good. It's not making a lower low. It held that previous month low. So you'll see right there, that would be what I would want to see on SPY. So if it can push above, this 598 area, do the SR flip, then I would love to take calls on the breaking base of this area right here on SPY. If it breaks 580.5 or 6 to be exact, fill that gap down to 576.74. So that would be first target downside. So if it comes down and breaks that low, I mean, it might hold for maybe a quick second, just initial reaction, but once it breaks that low, go down and fill that gap on SPY. So top two levels to mark is 598 and then 580.5 on SPY. Get rid of all this. All right, so QQQ, same thing. Did make a lower low, and it does have lower highs. So it did make that lower low right here. So I would watch that potentially on QQQ. If it pops back up near this 523.50, can be a nasty rejection spot. Let me see, about right here. Because if it bounces here, hits that trend line, that level perfectly, rejects, come back down, and then potentially go make that next lower low. to be around, got a level about right here. So low, that one, 505.70. I got a big spot just right here near the middle. Previous week high, there it is. Right there. So for QQQ, I would watch 523.50 or 523.60 and 505.60. I'd watch that area underneath that 505.60. It's just going to be underneath previous month low, previous day low, and then it would hold this kind of channel that is lower lows and lower highs, and it would break that and come down and hit this lower low around 501.60, probably 500 area. So 501 to 500 area right here would probably be that lower low. But if it can break and base above 523.60, I'm going to go straight up to that 530, 531 area. So I'm going to watch 523.60 and 505.60 on QQQ. Those would be the top two levels. What's up? What's up, finance girl? Kevin, yes, sir. You are going to crush it as well. Kevin, everybody give Kevin a follow here on X. Absolutely amazing, amazing trader, an amazing analyst as well. Kevin was, still is, a member within the Premium Discord, but he is now an analyst with his own channel in there where he posts amazing charts and trade ideas and absolutely freaking crushed it on some Google call swings recently. Riot, yeah, we can look at Riot. We'll look at Riot here shortly. So that's SPY and QQ. Last but not least, IWM. Sorry, I'm DMing Zach Morris back. Someone said I bought the dip. Yeah, this freaking crypto shit's insane. All right, IWM, big support right there. Look at that. So, kind of already has my spot, which is about right here, that I would say. Was there like a little gap? There's a small gap right there. Right there, there's a gap on IWM. So, right here. What's that previous week high? 226.15. What's the low of this? 226.40. Probably just do 226.40. So I would watch 226.40 and 217.70 on IWM. Just need to know that there's a small gap fill down here, which would be essentially full target. So underneath there, it ends up coming back down and breaks this trend line, and then breaks underneath, does the whole SR flip, or just knife straight through it. We'll see. At 217.60, break and hold under there. I'd go short and then target down to that small gap fill, which would go to 212.78. I put 212.75, close enough, 3 cents. And then you got this supply right up here. You'll know this is a big spot. So I love seeing spots like this. So when you see this right here, followed by big candle reaction, you should mark that spot, because once it breaks above that and it does the SR flip, look at the reaction from this side. Huge reaction to this side. Look what happens here. Now, I mean, this was FOMC, so it is what it is. But, I mean, big reactions happen in this area right here. So, I would need a break in base. I'm probably just going to do 228, to be honest with you. The start of the zone can start around that previous day high. But it would have to probably do that break in base over 228, and then push, higher. So those are the two ways I am looking to trade IWM. Let me screenshot this real quick. I think it says there's a squeeze on the 4-hour currently. There is the start of a squeeze on the 4-hour that is curling to the upside. You got bullish divergence on the RSI, and the MACD is also moving up here. What the shit? How did I do that? I overlaid them. I didn't know you could freaking do that. I overlaid those things somehow. But there you go. So MACD curling to the upside, RSI bullish divergence as well. So, and yeah, you'll see that first start of a squeeze right here. That just went green. So it's looking upside. If you currently look at IWM, it is getting some nice green candles here. So overall, I mean, this could just be a giant bear flag. But yeah, once right here, that's that spot right here. Once it does a break in base above that zone, that's where I'm going to buy it. And then push back up closer to that 232, and then 235, 236. Someone said Riot. Yeah, so I'm in Riot. I mean, just like that. Right there. Look at that hold. This $10 area, right? So go to the weekly. So when this area was first tested, and this was a smaller candle, it was about like there. That's where I end up getting into some calls. And now we're pushing higher. So in the $12 calls for February, so they are currently in the money. To the monthly. Monthly's currently in a squeeze, moving to the downside. MACD upside, RSI upside. So see which way that squeeze ends up firing. I would mark these monthly highs right here. I mean, technically, if you do look at it, it is kind of lower lows, lower highs as of right now. But so in the calls off this area here, looking for a move up to $13 and then 15 on Riot. So I'm gonna have a little bit of trouble here, which is right at 13, and then I want to see this thing go to 15, which which would be, those are my next two targets to trim these February $12 calls. So I already talked about a few of these, not going to go over all of them. You got NVIDIA here, you got the inverse head and shoulders, you got the trend line break and the 142 area that I wanted to see break over. Again, big reactions at this area, just like I charted on IWM. Look at the reaction candles, look at the big moves that happen when this area is tested. It's not a coincidence. That means this level, this area right here means something, right? So the bulls overtook this area, went straight to my first target of 145. So now looking for previous month high, which is going to be right up here. So to be exact, it's 146.54. So 146.60. After that, 148.50. Got an order block there, and then up near this 150 to 151.6 would be targets after that. So if NVIDIA does pull back, if it does reject 145, pulls back to 142, I'm going long right there. Right there. So if it does reject and pull back down to 142, I'm going to go long on the video there. AMD, go to AMD, go to the weekly, and you got a nice weekly green hammer candle right down here. So been beaten up. AMD has stood for a massive disappointment. Some say it's advanced micro devices. I don't think that's true. I think AMD stands for a massive disappointment because that's really all it's been. But it's getting a nice weekly green hammer candle down here in this zone. So watching that on the weekly, very similar to MU. I'm already in MU. So same thing, weekly bounce. Every time this area right here on an MU is tested, every single time it goes to 110 to 115. So I am in $100 calls for February, currently up 25%. I sent that chart earlier, the weekly, the daily, and shows my open P&L with the $100 calls for February. So I am in those, and I'm looking for the move to the gap fill on the daily, which is going to take it to 103. So I want to see a big move. Going to scale around 96, going to scale at 100, and then scale at 103. So by 96 to 100 area, when it's pushing that daily gap fill and they're going to be in the money, I'd be taking a heavy trim by that point, and then would have runners to then trim off at 103, and then just let a few contracts ride all the way back up to 107, 110, 115. So I'm long MU. The market leader, Rivian. Yeah. Everybody knows we're been fucking long Rivian. Every single time that spot was tested, I fucking alerted Rivian. Every time that spot right there is tested. Why? Because, just like I keep on saying on all the other charts, look at the reactions when this area is tested. That means something. So it just tested again, and now it's still holding, and it's ripping higher. Also, if you take all this bullshit off the screen, take all this off, what are you left with? Got an inverse head and shoulders right there. I had set up, and it's already ripping, so now I'd like to see this area right here, around 1473, to kind of hold. Kind of looks like a cup and handle as well. So, see if that hold. Let me go to the monthly real quick. So the monthly it's going to run straight through that same trend line. I wouldn't really like that one too much. I like this high right here, and it always held that low too. Yeah, both those trend lines line up about the same spot, so it just ripped through it. So you got, turn this on, mark it for me. There we go. So it's coming up to resistance right now. See the little red line right here? So we're coming up to it right now, over here. So I'm going to mark that area right there. I'll mark this spot right here, and then big spot up here, and then obviously 20 bucks. So those would be targets upside. So that was the reason why I initially took it. You had the daily 200 EMA that kept holding and that big support zone. So every time this yellow zone, and once it broke above it back in the first week of December, I was like, yeah, I'm long. So when it pulled back down, and it went below 13 around like 1282 is my entry on the shares. And then let me go to margin account. So 1280 is, so I got about $5,000 worth of shares. 1280, and then I'm in January 16, 2026 calls, 2026 calls. I shit you not. Look. There's Rivian, January 2026 calls up 85% right now. So got plenty of time on these. And then I'm in Rivian $20 calls for this March, which those are currently up 61%. And then I'm just selling covered calls and cash secured puts. Since I have all those shares at 1280, it's at 1644, so I'm like 25% on the shares. So I'm just selling cash secured puts and covered calls on these things when I can, not to collect extra premium. So, last but not least, just because I had to deal with some shit today that involved CVS. I go to CVS and go to the weekly. This thing just got done bleeding. Right, this thing just got done dumping here, right? So right down here, this is low, right? You see this right there? If you mark that spot, look where it's bouncing. All right, that spot right there, that's from 2008, right? And then once it did a SR flip of this zone right here, which was confirmed all throughout right here. This is like when I draw the ABC pattern. It's like what I want to see, right? So it's resistance over here, breaks above it, pulls back down, take my entry, goes higher. That's how I know that spot right there means something. And that was fucking however long ago that happened right there. May 2008. It is there again. Not only is it there, the candlestick setup, that's right here, is something called a morning star reversal, which is a bullish reversal candlestick pattern. This is on the weekly. So I am looking for a break above this 46, what's the high? 46.62 to be exact. I'm looking for a break above that bad boy and for this thing to really take off. So if it can push back up here, I mean, this thing can run straight back up. So I'm looking at 52. I'm looking at 50, 52, and $55 calls potentially on CVS for a swing. This is an absolutely incredible freaking chart. It's absolutely insane. I don't think I've ever charted something where I was looking at it for a trade, and my first clue or first level of just my thesis and technical analysis is not even due from previous day, previous week, or month, or year. It's literally from freaking 16 years ago. So that's insane to me. I'll go to the monthly. Yeah, so I think that's absolutely insane. So we shall see what happens here. Yeah, see that spot right there up to $52? That's exactly. Screenshot that. So SPY, QQQ, IWM, NVIDIA, AMD, MU, Rivian, Tesla, TSLL, CVS. Long Rivian for cash secured puts, adding shares for the long term. I know that's right. So, all right, that is it for me. Let me get those other charts posted. You hear that howling? Fucking, there's a group of coyotes in the woods over there. They're going crazy, so they might have just killed something. They are going wild. All right, put that IWM and that CVS chart in the premium Discord under the charts channel there. I guess I didn't put the link in the Discord when the thing started. Go turn them into a rug. All right, that's it for me. Appreciate you guys. 1,300 people in here on the live stream. Appreciate it. Love you guys. Again, please like and retweet the stream here on X. It is recorded. Will be saved to the profile. That way people can find it later, get it out there, wherever they can find it. Jewel said, nice haircut. Thank you. I've been meaning to get a haircut. Jesus, it was getting bad, wasn't it, Jewel? It was getting terrible. Had to take some off. It was you did it with a raccoon. Looks really nice. Send me a DM with a picture. Oh, he just asked. It's actually going to be in here. I actually just covered this. You can watch the recording. Fast forward to like 25 minutes. Basically an SR flip of 12, 75, and 13. That's really the main point. So, how was the Wagyu? It was fantastic. It's always fantastic. It's always fantastic. Had a good time. So, all right, that's it for me. A lot of the trade ideas for some of these charts I've already sent out in the premium Discord and on the X subscriber page as well for those posts. So you guys had most of this prior going into this session, but just want to do some of the free live charting session for everybody else on what I was watching for the week. So main thing is semis. So watch the NVIDIA, the AMD, and SMH. I didn't go over SMH. I'm not going to do it because I'm jumping off. SMH, just go to the weekly time frame. It's in a squeeze coiled right now and a bullish pennant. So a lot of bullish setups that I'm seeing overall on the semiconductor area. So believe NVIDIA has a event coming up. So could see some volatility over there from that catalyst. Rivian was a banger. Yeah, we eating good with Casey. Yeah, we have fun. We have fun over in the Discord on the live streams and in the chat. So, all right, that's it for me. Hope everybody has a great AMD new graphics card Monday. I think nice. Yeah, so might get some movements on these semi names. So that's my top watch. Really is all those. So, all right, for the Premium Discord team, I will see you guys here live for the live stream live trading session tomorrow. And then I'll probably be on X Spaces with either Jordan or Wolf Financial as well at some point, just on there hanging out. So, whoopsies, didn't mean to click on that. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. All right, I hope everybody has a great